I've always added things in my life to improve or better myself, but I eventually learned to quit things or to stop doing things that has eventually improved my life a lot better. So today I'm going to share 15 things that has helped to simplify my life. Number one is reading instead of doing. Putting so much information into your brain doesn't help, because you are always reading and you're always learning, but then you're not doing anything about the information that you're taking in. So rather than taking information all the time, it's always better to set a time for reading, and then maybe 5 or 10 pages a day, and try to implement the same information into your day-to-day life. That will actually help you to improve your life better. The second one is saying yes to everything. So whatever happens, whenever anything happens, if you really need to say, confirm on something, so saying yes might turn out to be, it might turn out to be a bad decision later, or anything of such kind. So taking a little bit of time, maybe 24 hours for anything, can actually help you decide or prioritize things whether that aligns with your values or your goals at that very moment, or the things that you're saying yes, which is furthermore, does that add to anything to your value or whatever your needs and wants are. So it's always better to say no or take some time, rather than saying yes hurriedly and regret or lament later or something like that. So that is a second thing which will help you to simplify your life. Third thing is taking phone calls. Phone calls are something that will always distract you and break your attention actually. But then taking phone calls whenever it is, because the other person might not know if you are doing something important or not. So it is very important to prioritize things, and phone calls are such, at least for me, is that I do not take phone calls on certain period of time of the days. Maybe in the morning before 9:30 I don't take it, and then night time after 10 o'clock or 10:30, if it is not very urgent, I do not take any phone calls. So that kind of helps me to continue with my routine, because I would be, maybe at night I would be reading or listening to some soft music to calm down myself from the day. Kind of taking calls, or that kind of actually disturbs the entire mindset. I think if there is a problem, or there is an issue, or there's something that you need to discuss, if that can be done on a text message, or on a WhatsApp message, or you ping someone and you just need to ask something, one or two few things, so that can be done that way instead of taking calls. Rather, taking calls for me is much important when there's not much time in hand, or I'm going somewhere and I'm doing something really important, and even I find out that that call is also important, so I take the call. That is the closest and the easiest and the fastest way to resolve something, or have a discussion, or have a conversation with. The fourth thing is notifications on your phone again. So notifications can actually distract you more than a call. That's what I feel. So I think that it is not necessary to get any notification for most of the apps in your phone, except certain apps that you really want notifications to be there for you to know exactly at that very moment. So notifications aren't that important. So what I do is, I do not have any notifications except one or two apps. I have switched off the notifications. That is, it kind of gives you control on when and where you would like to access the app and check the details and all that. For example, all the social media apps, I do not have the notifications on, because I might not be available, and there's this habit of scrolling, you get into that. You might not be consciously wanting to do that, but if you get a text message on a social media, so that means it's not very important. So and if it was important, then that person would be reaching out to you in person on a call, or they will WhatsApp you. In my concern, for social media notifications, I would like to use social media on certain time of the day, whether maybe in the evening or around 11 o'clock in the day. So just to scroll down and just to see what happened. So if I have a goal, I do have a goal of checking social media for like 2-3 times a day. That is the standard time I try to maintain. So I would like to go and access that app at that very moment only. So I would not have I would not want that distraction to happen to me throughout the day, And also shopping apps like Amazon, Flipkart, all the notifications coming through. If you're placing an order, then it's again like part of the order has been packed and shipped, and all those kind of notifications. It is not required to know like at that very moment. So it is obviously good to get the notifications off, and just to not mislead yourself in throughout the day, and focus on your priority, the set of routine, and whatever you're following for the day. Next is junk food. Junk food is not really very important part of your life. You can actually cut it off, but actually cutting it off is the wider task out here. So it's always good to not buy and keep the junk food inside the house. That way you are not prone to having the junk food. So having whole foods or fruits available in the house is more, you are more likely to opt for that kind of food rather than junk food that it's you yourself are buying and keeping at the house, and eventually you are going to consume it. So it's always better to not buy and then not create the problem, and then not regret about it, that you're not being able to control it. So that's how I do that, and you can also do that. Next is shopping. Shopping is, we get into a habit of buying things because we are bored or we are not doing anything much important. Then we'll just scroll down and since it's very easy nowadays to go online and shop, you just go and just purchase anything and everything. So, but what I have done is like I have seen that I have been getting into this entire circle, and to go out of it, to come out of it is you can decide to not buy stuff that is, you can categorize into needs versus wants. So if you think that this is something that I really want to buy which falls into a want category, then you don't have to buy that, or you just keep it for 24 hours or 2 days or 3 days. You will eventually lose the interest on that object. So eventually you will get into a habit of buying the need stuff, things that you really need, and it will not clutter your house, but it will get consumed if it's a food item, or the things that you really need. It's the need of the hour. You need something really, very important, and you can really go and make use of it at that very moment when it is getting delivered to you. So that kind of things falls into a need. And it will be helpful for you to not waste money, not waste the house space, and also regarding maintenance. And I follow a little bit of minimalism, although I stay with my family, but I myself in my own space in my room, I do follow certain kind of habits. So that can actually save you money and can save you time. So shopping is something has to be a need, and online, even if at online store, I would definitely not. It's not even a choice for me, because going to a store, again, it's time consuming, and traveling to and fro is also money consuming. So, and if you go and I've seen myself going and seeing things that are very pretty, or it might not be of use to me at that very moment, but I would end up buying it. So not going to the store is also one hack, but again, you have to be careful in online shopping as well. We're all obsessed with a clean home, but maintaining a clean home is a task. So I would like to, I always happen to break my time for cleaning the home or cleaning the room, maybe once a day for every other room, just to put things here on its right place. So that way you do not clutter the house. There is a certain cleanliness to it, and you can actually divide your time, be it half an hour or 1 hour. Maybe sometimes I do is like take 1 hour and I'll be like cleaning or organizing everything in the house on a daily basis if it is required. Mostly once a week when there's a dusting or something to be done. So that takes, although we have a house help here, so apart from the things that she does and the things that she doesn't do, I happen to pitch in and giving a weekly hour or a daily 10 minutes for a room can actually help you and clean the my mental space as well, and also make your surrounding very clean. That helps. So having a clean home is on a daily basis. You just have to be mindful, and it's not a huge task, I guess, because I also have 2 pets, so they kind of get messy sometimes. But just having the habit of keeping things on their right place actually saves you a lot of time. The thing is, I follow a less is more kind of a way when it comes to buying clothes, and because you are not just buying clothes, you have to maintain them, and you have to keep keep them nicely so that you can use it for more number of days or a year or two. So I happen to buy certain things which I really need, and it is not lying in my wardrobe, not being used for 6 months or a year or two, and nobody is paying attention to it. So I don't like to buy certain such kind of stuffs. So there is always a minimal way to my shopping in regards with clothes or anything. So that will actually simplify you and give yourself an ample amount of time on a daily basis, because maintaining stuff, buying stuff is more easy. You give the money and you buy it and it comes to your house, but maintaining it, organizing it, cleaning it all the time, it actually takes so much out of your energy and effort that you can actually put it into something else, like you can actually work on a YouTube channel for yourself if you don't have one. And that's what I'm trying to do, utilizing and channelizing that time into a better output, so that it will help you eventually with your own personal goals. Frugal living. Frugal living is you just buy certain things which you, or have certain things at home which you use all the time, keeping certain things just to show and just a showpiece, or because you need to have a statement for yourself. I mean, I don't have an Apple iPhone, so I think not wasting money, not wasting effort, and utilizing it to the max is something that you can instill in your life little bit at a time. That will actually help you simplify your life. Very important to have a happy day, or you achieve your goals that you set for yourself. So what I do is, if I have certain goals, be it professional or personal or anything, I break it into on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. That way I actually break my goals, and that brings me happiness, because it is also easy to obtain those to-do list and make and finish it off on a daily basis or a weekly basis, or however you set your goals to be. And it gives you immense pleasure, it gives you happiness that you are actually taking your life to a certain through a certain way that you want to live, and it will actually give you happiness and the entire journey that you go through, and that you have certain expectations from yourself, right? So that will actually eventually will make you happy and make the entire journey of life enjoyable. It kind of helps me on a day-to-day basis, and it gives me a sense of decluttered mental space, which gives me more peace and time and energy to focus on more important tasks in my life on a daily basis. So these are the small things that actually helps me out, and it will definitely help you out as well.